Hey, greetings, everybody. And let me make sure that's working. Greetings, everybody, and welcome to the One True Divine Feminine and Psychic Investigations Tarot, a place where we spread light, love, and angelic vibes across the universe, and also solve crimes and do astrology and other fun things. We're not going to do any astrology today. We're going to do some homemade cards. We'll do some more coming up, but just know it takes time to do the research for the other. So it's not as easy to punch out as, just shuffling the cards. So anyhow, it's all good. I hope you're all having a great day. I send my light and love out to all of you. And I want to start off with gratitude to all the kind and loving and decent Christians who have been helping with this case and providing support, prayers, and light. I have decided to double down on loving certain groups of people, right? And just being grateful for all of the help that I have received, right, from various directions. And again, you can't judge any group by certain individuals. Is that right? So my heart's filled with love and gratitude, and I'm beaming gratefulness at you. I hope you're getting that. Okay, now we're going to jump into the cards that I think need resolution. So I have heard that there is a judge who is aware of the fact that somebody tried to make a blood sacrifice of me. And yes, I am aware of this. And yes, I know this is quite possibly true, right? And this has a lot of devil energy attached to it. Also surrounding this whole case also were life insurance policies and hitmen. I'm on my third plus a sniper, right? And I don't know who's all attached to what, but you guys probably know more than I do. But certainly, no matter who it is, no matter which of the 100 divine masculines, you see a little bit of possession by the devil, right? A little bit of devilish energy. And I think it would be good for us to completely resolve this issue, because I don't think that we should be having blood sacrifices happening in our country, right? So just saying. So the judge that knows about this, why don't you work up a case? Okay. I think it's needed, right? I really do. So, and I am willing to go to court. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is where this is all going to end. So, there have been a lot of vampire witches involved in this, some locally in our own country, but this had international witchery involved with connections from a local spot. And if that's not concerning to you, that we have this kind of zombie sort of thing overtaking, our government, you should be concerned. I'm concerned, right? I'm not religious, I'm spiritual, but still, I like to look up to a higher deity filled with light and love and beauty, and not darker forces that tend to possess a person's soul and turn them into zombies. Now, I know there is one particular upside down high priestess who has really been taking a lot of hits lately. She's been getting thrown under the bus a lot. Not saying that some of that's not meant to be coming her way, but the question I have for that upside down high priestess is, are you taking the hit for everything when in fact there were more people involved, right? And how do you feel about taking the hit for all of it? That's something you should be asking yourself, right? And one of the key questions I have that certainly could help you out is who took the unexplained wealth for the sex trafficking? Okay, that's one thing I really want to know. And that could probably help your situation out. I'm just saying. Okay, now, one of the many lies that was told about me, just because I'm an astrologer, was that I know something about witchcraft, that I am attached to these dark entities, and that's most certainly not true. I believe in the one true divine. I have nothing to do with witchcraft. Yes, I am a seer. I'm intuitive. God created me the way He did. I only tap into higher energy forces. I don't have any of this kind of crazy demonic energy around me other than the ones that were brought into my house. Okay. So it's very important with this case to follow the unexplained wealth, right? People showed up with all kinds of goods that they can't explain how they paid for, but we know that a sex tape was made, right? And I don't know. I have a feeling that there's a strong link, and I think that that needs to be explored to the utter fullness. And the upside down high priestess, to get herself out of hot water, could probably shed some light on this. And to save herself, I think she probably will. And that's why I don't want to partner with anybody who, came up with unexpected goods, whatever they were, an RV, a four-wheeler, a boat, whatever those unexpected things were. These are the things that I keep hearing about, that they can't explain how they paid for these items, right? So I do want the sex trafficking that happened to me to bring towers to everyone involved, because this shouldn't be happening in our country, and most especially, when people enter your home. So to the judge who knows all about the blood sacrifice, I'm with you, babe, or buddy, whoever you are. Time to, bring some towers, okay? Because nobody should be sacrificed as a human being to a demonic entity, right? Okay. So I do want everyone who, was involved to be charged, including those who paid. And some of the very shocking parts of this to me, I know it's possible, but it's very shocking to me that we had women helping to sell women. I mean, imagine the complete and utter filth of that. It's like women just like putting dirty energy into the earth and using it to attack another woman. And what kind of people would possibly do that? I think we need to find out, don't you? Okay. So I know there are some dirty judges involved, and also dirty lawyers, and dirty cops, and they're all wearing masks right now, trying to hide behind their positions and the wealth that they made by taking bribes. But that's not going to last for long. I have seen how this works. It takes time, but I believe in time, all things will come to light. And, no, I have no respect for filthy sheriffs or, filthy voyeurs. We need more strict camera laws, right? Because it's like people have made a deal with the devil, right? They are willing to do anything to women in order to make money. They have embraced a snake. They took money for it. Maybe it was out of spite, political spite. Maybe it was just, hey, we can get rich by selling crotch or sell our souls for that. But now you're in the flames of hell, right? Because it's all going to come back to roost. I guarantee you. It may take a little time, but it's on its way. So those of you that decided to dance with the devil by all the things you did, that energy's getting returned. It may take a while, but it's coming. So if you know something and you want to get out from under, now's the time. And the reason we have to stop with this is because your family could be next, right? Would you like to have your family sex trafficked just because somebody was given the power or ability to enter your home? Of course not, right? You don't want to see officials who are corrupt like this, who are upside down. You think they're doing the right thing, upholding their honor, their oath, their job, doing what they're supposed to in the world. And you find out maybe an entire city was all on the take and willing to do anything to a human being just to enrich their own pockets. Wow, that's like an upside down emperor, isn't it? Okay. And that could certainly bring the downfall of your city. right? And there's more than one city involved. So I'm not, pointing specific fingers because there's more than one city involved. And it's bringing destruction and unhappiness and court cases to all who were involved. And it's going to eventually come home to roost in each and every city where this foul, filthy energy belongs. So it is coming. And we need to determine all of the affiliations of every person involved in the trafficking. Why? Because I think we deserve to know, right? We deserve to know what kind of people are doing this sort of thing. So we need to shed a light on things, right? So that people can reflect deeply. Are their actions upholding their beliefs? Are they honoring, who they say they are? Or if not, then how did we get to this point where we entered into the dark night of the soul and did things that were shameful, snakes, werewolves, and we were willing to do it just all for money. Yes, the mob is involved. This is going to be far bigger than you know. And I am going to expose everything. Me and the other tarot card readers, right? Love you all, people. Pat, Mary High Priestess, Philosophical, Spiritual Advisor, all of you lovely people, straight from the divine, all of you. All of the stories are coming out about all of the pillars of our community that, we once thought were noble and upright. And we're going to end up finding out that some of them are not so upright, but more like this. And I don't think we should hide things like hitmen and murder plots and blood sacrifices. Do you? I mean, really? Okay. So the judge who's on to the blood sacrifice, I'm with you. Okay. All right. So what's been hidden behind this veil right here in each of these cities is going to get revealed. I feel very solid about this. So no more court cases using the doppelganger. Now, I don't know if that's happening in my city or the dirty city on the hill. All I know is that monsters are coming out of the woodwork. They're showing up at court as me using a birth certificate information that was stolen out of my house, which, certain people allowed them into my house so that they could steal money from me and then spread it around town so that the upside down officials could get rich. And that brought out the monster in everybody, right? And, but I'm telling you, both Attorney General in Utah, if you're listening, you need to get help down here to oversee what's going on. You need an internal affairs investigation. And also on the Stinky Hill, you need to do the same because which city is this happening in? One or both or all? We don't know. But I got a pretty strong feeling from information I'm getting that you need to come down and get involved here. Now, no more court cases should proceed. You now know what I look like, so no more accepting the doppelganger into court. That person needs to go to jail, right, for identity theft. You need to take fingerprints in court. My fingerprints are on file and are available through the feds, and make sure that you have the right person in court. And I also have my passport now, since they stole my birth certificate or were given the access to my home by certain officials. They may have also created a fake driver's license, etc. And I heard the person looks somewhat like me. But the fingerprints, my friends, they don't lie. So we need to start keeping the doppelganger out of court, right? And here we go. I am told, this is like kind of a very official person here, more than one, not just one. And again, we don't know exactly which city, but I'm told that a mayor of some cities involved, right? Maybe more than one. Attorney General of Utah, are you listening? I hope you are. You need to pay a visit and find out what's going on down here. just to make sure, because it could be happening on the Stinky Hill. But again, I'm getting a lot of information that, stuff could be happening right here. And I think we need to resolve this. Um, and, again, I'm just tapping into that higher wisdom and energy, right? The high priest is upright for information that I'm getting from various other readers who are providing the wisdom and knowledge we need to solve these cases. And I see when it's going to be solved. I'm an astrologer, right? So I see the ending already. And stuff is going to get exposed. The sooner you help yourselves, the better. Okay. This is going to make international news. And when it does, boy, is it going to make your city look so proud of what you've done. Just saying. Okay. So DOJ, again, I'm not getting any court documents, nothing. Not one single official document, not one single check. I heard somebody owes me a tax refund from a fake business they set up in my name. I haven't received that, but I need it in time to do my taxes. I think, we'll talk more about the Postal Service coming up, but you need to keep a database of all the court cases that have happened and all the letters you think you've sent me, because I haven't seen a one. So this is the moon card in this particular deck, and we need to start really peering about what's happening in the dark, right? Because so many things are being hidden. And the other thing I'd like you to really keep an eye on as you go forward is they're playing the shell game. So they keep trying to starve me out so that they can move and hide and put the money elsewhere, right? So please keep track of the paperwork. So, they gave it to this person or that person and under here and under there and under there. And that's why they're stalling, is so that they can hide. But we're shining a light on that so that you can keep track, and you're hopefully going to keep track of a database. So I will eventually be able to see all the paperwork that I have not gotten, so I can understand what happened to me. And I can't trust any of that paperwork is going to come through where I live. Do you understand? Not one bit, not without oversight down here. Not one bit, right? The whole string was corrupt. The whole string all the way up. The entire string. So please hear my words, because that's not justice. That's corruption. That's hiding things to make money off of crotch, right? And I mean, again, we're going to get down to who was involved, and I want them all charged for trafficking. Okay. So we have a lot of fraud happening somewhere in the Postal Service. I suggest that you put cameras up. I'm told that somebody has actually made a key for my local post office box and is going in to pick up my mail. And I know stuff has gone missing. I'm missing Christmas gifts. I'm missing bills that go late or just don't show up. And of course, they're looking for all the court documents, and I'm not getting any of them. So I think all along the string of postal things, you need to start infiltrating and find out where your mob employees are, right? Cameras are needed at these key locations, as well as in several banks. Okay, and we're going to dig into that more. So you're going to need to start watching who's showing up at banks to pick up money that's not theirs while they're pretending to be me. And I'm told there's a local person who's pretending to be me, and, going in, and the bank officials know that it's not me, but they're in there taking what's mine, and they need to be jailed along with the bank official that's helping. So, hey, bank people, you're going to go down too, just so you know. Or you could do the right thing and, lessen your karma by coughing up what's going on now. Just a thought. All right. So, and this is all happening again because I have that twin flame doppelganger who is pretending to be me, trying to steal my solar fire, because that's part of the witchcraft mirror spell, right? I am you and you are me, and I'm going to take your destiny. But really, that's not what's going to happen. What's eventually going to happen is that person's going to go to jail, and everybody that took money off of them and is helping with the fraud is going to go to jail. So the twin flame thing isn't going to work. You are not me. I am not you. This is all getting resolved as we speak. And the more people that get involved, the more people that go down. I'm just being honest, okay? I'm a pretty straightforward woman. So, property manager. Oh, you did so many dirty, rotten things to me. And you're going to go down for such a long time, my friend. So, again, it is such time for you to rat your ass off. Oh, yeah. Yeah, brother, it's time. Because, you already have a deluge happening in your family where everything's going upside down, right? And now you're going to take some of this chaotic energy that's happening to you and you're going to spread it around the upside down officials and people that got paid to help. So that's how this is going to work, right? You're going to help to save yourself completely from drowning. You won't be able to save yourself in total, but you'll be able to stem some of the tide by sharing the responsibility with the people that you paid off. And you know you're going to jail, so you better start talking. Okay. And that's just a warning to, officials what's coming. So help yourselves or, wait for it all to come tumbling down. And there's also family members who I know, and I feel so sorry, right? Because I know people are facing a lot of hardships right now, and sicknesses and turmoil and difficulties for showing up at court like me and going to court and lying and signing false documents and all of this stuff. And I know a lot of hardship has befallen you because of that. And I am also really sorry for that, but that was your actions, right? But again, you can help lessen your karma by throwing the officials that helped under the bus. All of them. Don't care which city. Stinky Hill, Local Hill, da da da. So the more you tell, the better it is for you, right? So I'm trying to help you to help yourselves, and you're going to do it by ratting out the officials that worked with you all the way up the chain. Yeah. Okay. And we're going to just, start cutting to the truth, to the chase of things, right? I think we all deserve to know in this world what kind of people sex trafficked a good woman. I think we need to know, right? I think all good, decent, loving, kind people would want to know and take care of that sort of filth in the neighborhood, right? Because it could be your family next. So, the secret 7, I know. I may not have all of your correct names, but I'm pretty close to figuring it all out. And the information and lies and everything that you've been saying and slandering and trying to destroy me with job blocking, all of that, that's all going to come out, right? And you did it all so that you could keep the money that you stole. I mean, isn't this priceless? Try to destroy an entire human being so that you could thieve. Wow. Is that a good use of your communications tools? So, there's a lot of corrupt cronies, pleasure seekers, who need to buy drugs and whores and gambling and this and that and the other thing. And, to fund that kind of ostentatious lifestyle, you need to steal from others. But this is all going to go upside down, right? And I am willing to settle in court. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there are things I know you aren't going to cop to that you did, and I'm willing for it to all come out, right? So the truth will be told. It's going to go from all the lies that were said to what actually happened, and more and more and more, we're finding out the actual truth of things, okay? So I would like people to stop any shady court cases happening here and make sure it's me that's showing up in court, right? And that the truth is actually told, right? That, people have been trying to bury me literally in a box, some in one case alive, right? This is what you paid for or helped with so that you could take money. So again, think long and hard about what your actions have led you to. Multiple cases of attempted murder, multiple. Kidnapping attempt, sex trafficking, with the tape, and then also wanting to kidnap me to chain me to a wall. This is what happened here. So be proud of what you've done. But I'm not in a box. I'm not going in a box. But the truth is going to come out. And a lot of this had to do with, various secret societies who thought this was all a great idea and great fun to try to get somebody down on the floor, sick and stuck in the house so that they could vampire off of them. Literally, like actual vampires. Actual vampires. Trying to make a blood sacrifice of me, steal everything I owned, all the way down to my house, and people here helped. What do you say about a community like that? What do you say? So, I've been told that someone paid to help block me with lies and slander and killing off of jobs, right? And this could be any number of people. Again, there's more than one divine masculine in here. There's literally 100, right? Because everybody was greedy and they all thought it was fine just to kill a woman so they could, pad their pocket, destroy a woman's career, destroy her life, destroy her marriage, destroy her house, destroy everything so that they could steal from a woman. Because, that's really manly, right? So someone paid to help block. And it just had a lot of devilish energy, right? Trying to attach devilish things to my name that had nothing to do with me whatsoever. Not a single thing that they said was true. Not one. And so I'm going to ask, I have current things out, and I'm told that people may be making calls already. So FBI, please watch to see if they start attacking any of my new round of job applications. Because again, the whole goal is, can we just get it to the point that she can't eat, right? Again, look at the insidiousness of, the failure that they are trying to bring to my life, again, so they can hide what they did. And they don't want to go to court because they don't want the filth of what's happened, to come out, but it is going to come out. So, and there's no malice there. There never was anything. It was a nothing burger. It's been a nothing burger, except for, all the other things that happened around the nothing burger. That's really what I'm worried about is, all the other stuff that occurred. So anyhow, there are people who still, even though I'm told I have a cone of protection over me, who are daily hacking the computers at the library. And I fear they are messing with my emails, maybe, skimming for job offers and anything that looks good. Because before that, they were blocking anything that had any decent salary to it. That got blocked. I'm still experiencing that. So the attempts to control my livelihood are still happening. So it's basically pretty much constant interference, right? By people who have stolen, who want to hang on to what they stole. And again, some members of my own community helped with this because, I guess, I don't know. Law enforcement thinks it's okay to destroy a human being for a suitcase of money. I don't know. Or to make money for the city by destroying one of your residents. And I'll let that sink in and just know these people are going to rat your asses out. So if I were you, I would start correcting things on your own soon. And I will say this, jealousy is truly a deadly sin. And it brings ruin onto the people who consume themselves with it. And, people are like, whoa, you didn't deserve what's coming. You have no idea what I went through to be here. You have no idea what I went through. 6 years of absolute hell and torture, right? So, you're trying to bring ruin to a person who stood up for what we said we believed in, right? But clearly, if you get suitcases of money, well, you're willing to just drop all that. Is that right? That's kind of what I'm gathering. So, detectives are uncovering the truth. They are piercing to the heart of the matter, right? Here's all the swords. They're coming right into the central point of all of the stuff that went down. And it is going to come out as much as you may not want. So you can either be part of the solution or part of the problem. And, what was it all about? Coins. And it's funny because the thing I cared about the least in all of this was coins. Not that I won't make good on it. The only reason I was interested was to turn something bad into something good, to do good things. That's the only reason. I don't have an ostentatious lifestyle. I buy clothes at Goodwill. I just bought my first couch ever at almost age 60, and I paid $35. So I'm not into, the clout and the lifestyle and all of that. I just wanted to do good things in the world. That's it. And again, I keep hearing, well, people want clout and they want accolades. I don't care about that shit. I really don't. I know what I did for my country. I saved my country from a steep fall, and I have paid dearly for it, and I would do it all over again if I had to. And I don't need anybody to validate that outwardly because I know what I did. And so I don't need this. Other people, maybe they need that. It makes them feel big and important and this and that. I don't care. I don't have an ego to feed like that. And I'm sorry, other people's egos require that kind of feeding, but I don't, and I don't care. And my worth comes from within. I know I did what I needed to do to save my country, and I don't care beyond that. So, there's some people who are feeling like they're kind of stuck in the hanged man position, right? But that's because they're not taking accountability for the things that they did to me. And of course, one of the things I'm really concerned about is where the unexplained wealth came from, right? Because, and again, we don't know which divine masculine we're talking about right now because there were so many involved, like so many, right? But, if the wealth came from sex trafficking me, I really want to know. And that deserves defeat, right? Because that should not be happening in the universe at all. And all of this jealousy and, green-eyed stuff, I want to be you, the mirror, mirror on the wall, is destroying human lives. It was destroying mine for a while, but I'm not letting it do it anymore. But I think we really need to take a strong look at the witchcraft mirror, mirror on the wall spell. I mean, we have it to the point where people are showing up at court as me to lie and slander and steal and hang on to what they have and hide what they have because they stole it. And a lot of them all belong to witch covens. And they told you I was a witch and I don't know a damn thing about witchcraft. Not one thing, but they belong to an entire witch coven, and they all worked together, not only locally, but with international witches to steal because of the green-eyed jealousy monster. Now, you see this light beaming out of this guy's head and out of his hands right here? This light's coming up. Why? Because God bless detectives. They are going to bring everything to light. And they're doing it slowly, piece by piece. I love you people. You have no idea, right? The work you've done, I admire so much, and I'm so very grateful. And I'm really glad because, we have a beautiful country. Lately, I've been felt a little attacked because of some of the horrible things. I mean, just like inhumane things that were done to me. And that has impacted how I felt about my country, but I'm trying to separate out the group of people that did that from this beautiful country that we have. And though, again, I'm not a religious person, I would like to believe that we are not one nation that's completely under spell work, right? And spell work is also waving the little wand around and wish death spells and suicide spells and sick spells and kill your cat spells. But it's also pay off the mayor spells and pay off the sheriff spells and lie and slander and steal and thieve spells, right? It gets pretty insidious to the point that our society no longer works like it should. But I'm going to say it again. These detectives and private eyes, the real ones, because I've heard there's a fake one who just, and the fake one who was voyeuring in my house, charge him with illegal voyeuring. Please, criminally charge him. But the real ones are going to bring the sword of truth, and they are going to get pierced right into the heart of the matter, and it is going to come out. and it is going to go international, baby. So you better get on the right side of this. If I were you, I would, because it's coming. It's going to be a few years yet, believe it or not. Why? Because I see ahead, but the truth is coming. So, and again, we have a lot of people who are caught up in this spell work, and they belong to certain special societies and covens, and it's all about how can we overtake another person, how can we create enough illusions and lies and things all around them so we can block them from working, so we can keep stealing, and I've heard keep them sick and on the ground so that we can literally suck on them like a vampire. Let that sink in. Okay. And again, this is what you helped with. I don't even know what to say, but the illusions are lifting. The wheel is turning. Things are going to work out. It is a matter of time. And if I were you, I would start helping yourselves by telling the truth and getting out from under the filth that you have committed to. So, okay. Because guess what? You can mirror magic all you want, but in reality, God is stronger than demons. And I am me, and you are you. And my destiny is my destiny. And this is not working, right? Okay. So I would suggest whatever you're teaching in these little witch coven places, that, maybe you might want to rethink the mirror on the wall spell. Just saying. Okay. So I would like to ask for the real true God to come down to earth. The one who's divinely connected, right? Who actually believes in the decency and beauty and love and truthfulness. And I guess, the 10 commandments, like thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not steal, love thy neighbor as yourself, not, get in the shower with them. All of these other things, people who are truly connected, truly godly, decent, kind, loving people, right? Okay. And you can laugh, but is astrology changing the world for the good? I believe so. Right? I do. And, our nation's chart is written in the heavens. So is my chart. And yes, there are destined events coming. I do believe this. And though you guys may have thought one thing at one point, in reality, I'm helping to solve one of the largest, probably international sex trafficking rings and pedophile cases ever to hit the US of A. And we ended up in the right house because of astrology, right? So, and again, I only ever use it for good because I don't have evil demonic attachments. I believe in the same God you do, right? And I use my skills for the good in the world. Now, I am intuitive. People think that that's magical somehow, that I always know what's going on. And that's not the case. I don't have any control over my intuitive gifts. They come in flashes of unexplained bits of information whenever they want. They just show up, right? If it was something I could channel all the time, well, then I'd be psychic, right? But I'm not. So I'm subject to error because I don't get intuition all the time. Just now and then I get hit, right? So and people are taking advantage of that by posting false things on videos to try to misguide me. And sometimes I do go down a rabbit hole because, again, that intuition only kicks in when it wants to kick in. So I have a message for an older Scorpio female. If I ever guessed anything incorrect, I'm sorry. I've always been a huge fan, all right? More than you could know. But sometimes I get downloads that steer me astray, and then I don't know who, was involved. And at this point, really, I can't trust anybody, but I'm getting a second feeling of, who was in the room. I got a strong feeling, right? And again, I know the contribution I made to my country. I stand by that contribution. I've paid for it for 6 years. And, it's all good. It's good on my part. I hope you're good. Truly. I do get the sense that I do have angels that surround me, right? I know that for a fact. Loving, kind, decent people. Some of whom are Christians, some of whom may be spiritually inclined, like myself. Um, People like philosophical Mary High Priestess, spiritual advisor Estrella. There's so many who have been helping. The helping hands have been many. And again, the whole party thing has become very problematic. But again, I don't need accolades. I don't need, public support. What I have appreciated is the love, okay? The helping hands, the kind words that helped me to literally get up off the floor and decide to live. That's my only reason for really wanting to get together, is just to thank loving, kind, decent people. But at the same time, I don't want false people showing up at this get together, right? People who did terrible things to me. Why would I want to meet people like that, right? I don't. I mean, and I don't care what side they're on. Again, I'm done with the red and blue. I'm just fighting for decency, right? And there were so many people who listened to me rail, who, chanting in my bathroom because I'm pissed off, upset, saying mean things I never should have said because I had to get it out of me, and just struggling to hang on to my life for the absolute brutal assault that I underwent because of what happened to me, right? I didn't have anything to do with any of it. But these helping hands, these are loving, kind, decent people, right? Anubis, Ra, Metatron, Archangel Michael, the Queen of Swords. I mean, so many people who have helped, right? And just lifted me up out of a morass from which I had nothing to do other than owning a computer. Not one single thing. But it cost me 6 years of my life. And it's still, I do believe that it's all going to work out. I truly do. And I believe the truth will come out. And I believe some of it's going to be quite horrifying and shocking. And I believe that there are people who turned against me who never should have. And, all I can say is aggravated identity theft is a bitch, baby, right? Nobody steals your identity to do nice things. But the attack in my house began immediately. So it was a setup from the beginning. It was like, here's our chance to thieve and suck a human being dry. And this is something I will tell you has happened before. And the people who are looking into these cases, you're going to find the pattern. I guarantee it. So I'm going to help you with that case too, right? You're going to find out who's making money off of pedophile pictures, and you're going to find out who's sex trafficking and who's getting the unexplained wealth. And I don't care where the chips fall, knock them all down, baby. I'm all for it. Why? Because God hired me, right? I'm not religious, but I work for a white, beautiful, light entity, a deity that likes to see good things happen on earth. And despite all the crap that's happened to me, I have faith that it's all going to work out. Why? Because I have good intentions, and I always did for the world. And all of you worked against the one person who had good intentions. I didn't want to buy a Mercedes. I didn't want to buy diamond rings. I didn't want to buy this, that, and the other. I wanted to do good things in my country. And have a look at how hard that's been because of people taking suitcases of money. But God hired me. So who's going to fire me? Who's going to fire me? Okay. My spirit is so much bigger than you ever could have imagined. And I've been through more shit in my life than you could shake a stick at, right? And each thing that I go through just makes me stronger and stronger. So I'm going to ride out the storm. I'm already healing. There are some things that probably will never heal, and that's something you have to live with, that you did this to a good woman. right? For political spite or suitcases of money, or because you thought it was funny, or because you thought because you belonged to a certain group you had to. But when these eggs come home to roost, or these ducks come home to roost, you're going to be faced with what you did. And I am sorry for that, because when you have to look that deeply into what you did to a good woman, it's going to be very painful. And why did this little movement get stopped to begin with? It was because of your relationship to women. Just saying. All right. God bless everyone. And Divine Feminine strikes again. Love you all. Take care.